everybody. How's it going? Everybody doing great on this Saturday? Awesome. Yeah, it's a little bit stormy here, so cross your fingers that we still have power. But we should be good. I am happy to get started today. This is our 5th lesson for the adults and teens here on Facebook and YouTube. So congratulations for getting this far. I'm proud of each and every one of you. Okay, so the first thing we could probably do here is hit the share button if you can. Let everybody know that it's time for piano. The second thing is a reminder to subscribe on YouTube. You can search Izzy Chia and you'll find my channel. If you haven't joined the private Facebook group, I encourage you to do so you get that one-on-one feedback. The name of the group is Encore Music Makers. And last but not least, if you haven't ordered your book for this class, I highly recommend that you do, or you'll have a tough time following along. Okay, so go ahead and put those book orders in. Well, without further ado, let's get started. We've got to start first with reviewing our songs from last week, okay? So we were working on Good King Wenceslas, My Fifth, and Jingle Bells. So we had 3 songs last week. Kind of a lot. All right, so if you turn to page 28 in your book, all right, page 28, you'll see Good King Wenceslas and My Fifth. All right. Okay, so to start, let's see if we can play through Good King Wenceslas. And this is a strong forte. It begins with the right hand. It is in 4/4 time, and there are no repeats. So if you can get through that first time, very good. All right, let's switch to piano view. Fantastic. Okay. So I'm going to find my spot. I have got my thumb right hand on middle C. And I've counted 3 notes down. 1, 2, 3 to find that thumb on G, finger 1. Okay? That's where my left hand will go. All right? Let's count off and we will begin. Okay? 1, 2, ready, play. To the left. All right. So how did you do? Did you do okay on that? Did I take it too fast or was it okay? All right, great. Wonderful. So that was Good King Wenceslas. If you managed to keep the tempo nice and even, played at a nice strong forte, and began with the right hand on F, then you probably did a magnificent job. So great work. Let us continue. Okay, we also had My Fifth, and this was a review of melodic fifths. If you could recall, melodic intervals are ones that are played each note individually, right? They're not played at the same time. Those are our harmonic intervals. These are melodic, so they're played individually. So let's go over My Fifth, okay? Now this one says seriously on it. It begins a piano, so it's going to be nice and quiet. And it begins also with the right hand, finger 1 on C, and it's 4/4 time. Remember, this is the one that has the surprise ending at the end, okay? It ends very strongly with a forte, okay? So let's see if we can do it. All right, I'll switch. Okay. So I've found my C position. Have you found your C position? Wonderful. Okay, let's begin. All right, I'm going to count off. 1, 2, ready, play. left hand. 1, 2, 1, 2, rest. 2, 3, 4. All right, so did you play nice and strong at the end there? I told you it was a surprise, wasn't it? Great work. Yeah, okay, so those are our first 2 songs, right? And they weren't that difficult either. I think that when we finally turn the page and we start working on Jingle Bells, I think we might end up keeping Jingle Bells for 1 extra week. Only because it's a longer song and it was much more difficult. Okay, so let's turn the page. Yes. Okay, so on page 30, everybody. On page 30, we have Jingle Bells. Okay, I'll give you a quick look at it. Jingle Bells, yes. 4 lines. And the combination of both types of intervals. We have melodic intervals and harmonic intervals. Okay, so with Jingle Bells, I think because it is such a long song, let's see if we can play it through from beginning to end, and this will sort of count as a rehearsal, right? It's not necessarily going to be passed today, unless you're really, really feeling good about it, but as a teacher, I'm thinking we might keep this one for 1 extra week, okay? So no pressure. All right. So I'm analyzing this song, and I see it's in 4/4 time. So 4 beats a measure. It's a forte, nice and strong. The harmonic chords are floating in your left hand, okay? And your melodic intervals and melody line are in the right hand, okay? So let's switch to piano view, and we will find our spot. Excellent. Wonderful. Okay, so with Jingle Bells, let's count this as our rehearsal, okay? Do your absolute best to try and keep up with this one, okay? You'll have this upcoming week to polish, okay? So that's to work on the dynamics, to make the tempo a little bit peppier, and do other things that make it feel a lot more solid, okay? All right, I am ready. Are you ready? Excellent job. Okay, so I will count off. 1, 2, ready, play. 2, 2, very good. Keep it up. 2, 4. All right, so was that really tricky, or did you manage to get through the whole song? Yeah? Yeah, it's one of those songs that like you really think it's not going to be that hard. And then when you actually get into it and you play those melodic and harmonic intervals, it can be quite challenging. So if you manage to get through, 2 lines or so, that's totally great. That's why I'm giving you the extra week. Okay? Take this upcoming week to polish your Jingle Bells, okay? All right, moving on. I'm proud of y'all. Y'all are doing such a great job. Okay, so new songs for the week. All right. So if you turn to page 32 in your book, we're going to be learning about our first chord. Okay? Excellent. Okay, so the first chord we're going to be learning is called the C major chord. Okay? This is a fantastic chord because it is literally the building block or the foundation of all the chords in C major. Okay? They call this the triad. Okay? Because it's 3 notes. Okay? So if you're in C position, you will find that your notes will be C, E, and G. Okay? They're kind of like going up by thirds using fingers 1, 3, 5. Okay? Let's hear what that sounds like in the right hand. Pretty cool, right? All right, let's do the same thing in the left hand. And we are going to start with a finger 5 on C, 3 on E, and 1 on G. Okay, let's build that chord together, okay? All right. Cool, right? It does sound pretty awesome. Now you can understand why these chords are so important, right? Okay, so I see a practice line on page 32 in the middle. It says C major chords for left hand, okay? So basically, this is going to be an exercise on building the strength in your fingers as well as remembering the counts that each type of note receives, okay? All right, so if you're ready to try this, let's give it a shot, okay? I'll switch to piano view. So that middle line, okay, if you can see it, it's C major chords for left hand. I'm gonna find my spot. 1, 2, 3, my left hand thumb on G. I'll fan out my fingers. And remember, I am playing 5, 3, 1, all at the same time. So this is a harmonic triad, okay? I'll count off. 1, 2, ready, play. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. Hey, that was pretty good. Yeah, you probably noticed that your finger 5 pinky is not as strong as your other fingers, and that's perfectly fine, okay? As you keep doing your piano practice, your fingers 5 and 4 will be getting stronger and stronger, okay? It just takes work, you know. Okay, so moving on, the line below that on page 32 says C major chords for the right hand. So we have just completed our warm-up for our left hand. Let's try it with the right hand now, okay? Wonderful. All right, so I will find my right hand thumb on middle C. And remember, our C major chord, a harmonic triad, consists of a finger 1 C, finger 3 E, and finger 5 G, played all at the same time. Okay, let's give it a try. 1, 2, ready, play. 2, 2, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat. 2, 2, 2, 3, 4. 2, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. That was really, really great. Yeah, I'm pretty impressed with us and our skills as our fingers are getting stronger and stronger, okay? And now we've got to try and put this together, okay? Being able to read triads and chords on the grandstaff is a super important skill because as we progress through this book, most if not all, of our music is written on the grand staff. So we have to train our eyes to be able to read both the treble staff and the bass staff at the same time, okay? So let's give this exercise a try for both hands, okay? At the bottom of 32, we've got C major chords for both hands. All right. All right, I'm finding my spot. There's my thumb. Excellent. Okay, so I am in my spot. Remember, these are harmonic triads. We're playing 1-3-5 and 5-3-1, okay? Let's give it a try. I will count off and we do have a repeat. 1, 2, ready, play. 2, Hey, that sounded really good. It kind of feels like a little bit more like real piano music now when you're playing like chords and stuff like that. So that's the beauty of this adult piano method, is that we start playing chords very early and we start building upon those chords some of the most exciting songs for piano. So I'm very happy that we're doing this together. So excellent job on those warm-ups, guys. Now, for practicing this week, if you'd like, go ahead and practice that bottom line, C major chords for both hands, as a warm-up, okay? Use it as a warm-up to these next two songs, all right? Excellent, okay. So the second song, since we're gonna have Jingle Bells as a repeat, let's do Brother John, okay? This is located at the top of page 33. And let's analyze it, okay? We have a C major triad chord in the left hand, if you notice that, yes. And then it looks like our right hand is going to be playing the melody, okay? We're in C position, 4/4 time. Oh, and I did notice something. Our dynamic sign, it looks like we're going to be playing piano, okay? If you remember that song, Brother John, it's like, are you sleeping? Are you sleeping? Right? So it has to be quiet, right? It's kind of like if you think of like two brothers, the little brother is like elbowing his brother, like, are you sleeping? Are you sleeping? Right? So imagine that picture in your head as you're learning this piece, okay? And then in the second line, it looks like little brother gets impatient and he says, time for breakfast, right? I know my boys do that all the time. And it's depicted there with a nice strong forte. So make sure to communicate that in your music, okay? No repeats, all right? Fantastic. Okay, so let's find our position, okay? C position on the piano. All right, I've got my right hand in C position. My left hand is also in C position, and I am ready to play my chord in my left hand, okay? Let's give it a try. 1, 2, ready, play. So how did you do? Okay, I will tell you, I will confess, I totally forgot we were supposed to play piano. See, okay, I make mistakes too. And that's totally fine. I came out like full speed ahead, right? I was just booming on the piano. I realized about halfway through, I was like, oops, I was supposed to play that quiet. That's okay. We're going to have another chance to play it again. I'm also going to notice another thing here. I didn't necessarily give you any sort of indication of what types of intervals we were doing. So I will do that this next time, okay? All right, listen carefully. Let's see if we can play this once more. Okay. Okay, nice job. Let's find our spot. Oops, there we go. Okay, I am in my spot. Are you in your spot? Fabulous. Okay, I promise I will play it piano this time. 1, 2, ready, play. C, down to C, up a third, E, down to E again. Now forte. G, F, E, skip to C. G, F, E, skip to C. C, G, C, C, G, C. Yeah, so how was that one? Was that a little bit better? I know I felt a little bit better about that one too. Yeah, so just keep in mind, the more that you play it, the easier it's going to get for you, right? And that's what we try to stress in our practice, right? We're not necessarily aiming for perfection, but we are aiming for playing it enough to be able to get as close to perfect as we can, right? Because the more chances you give yourself, the closer you get. Okay, well that was Brother John. I also noticed in the second line, where we do that jumping thing, there's a new rest in there that I hadn't mentioned before, okay? We know about quarter rests, and quarter rests get 1 beat. We also know about whole rests. Whole rests get 4 beats, or beats filling a whole measure, but we don't know anything about half rests. So half rests are cool because they're 2 beats of silence, okay? It kind of looks like the whole rest. Notice I just flipped it upside down. The whole rest is that 4 beats, right? Or the whole measure. I just flipped it upside down and made it into a half rest, okay? That's only 2 beats, and that's the one that we've got in our music right now, okay? Keep that in mind. All right. Kind of looks like a little hat. Yeah. Okay. Great. Now, for our final song for this lesson, we will be learning Here's a Happy Song, okay? This one is also going to be in C position, okay? But I want you to notice something. They kind of flip-flopped on you, okay? We had the harmonic triad in our left hand for the other song, Brother John, but now we have flipped it, and we have the harmonic triad now in the right hand, okay? This is gonna sort of be like really trippy on your brain, but that's okay. It's a very good exercise, okay? So let's analyze. We have the melody in the left hand. We're starting nice and forte. 4/4 time. There's our triad in our right hand. Ooh, and then we have a second, a harmonic second in the right hand at the end of line 1. Keep that in mind, okay? That's an F and a G together. And then the left hand line on the bottom is all melody until you get to the very end, where you have 2 C position triads at the end. And this one does have a repeat, okay? All right, so let's see if we can play through this one, okay? We'll be pretty slow. All right, let's see how this goes. Okay, I've found my spots. Very good. Okay, if we're ready, let's count off. 1, 2, ready, play. G, F, E, D, back to E, F, G, F, E, down to D, up to E, and F, G, F, E, D, C with a triad. We've got to repeat. Let's do it again. Left hand. G, up to E, triad, F, F and G together. Left hand G, back up to E, down to D, E, F, and G. C, and a triad to end. Very good. How'd you feel about that one? I feel like that one can be kind of tricky if we're not careful, okay? Some of the melody line in the left hand, you have this expectation of, I think just naturally, we have the expectation as a beginner learner to want to go all the way down your hand, right? So in that pentatonic scale going down. We don't necessarily do that in this song. So you have to pay extra close attention to where those notes are navigating in the bass staff. I would definitely say that the second line may be that tricky spot that you end up drilling, okay? And if you remember what drilling was, it's an extraction of a measure or two measures of a phrase that are really kind of difficult for you. You slow it down tremendously and you play it many times through. I like to say you can build a taco on that. You can build an ice cream sundae, and you're probably wondering, well, what is she talking about, an ice cream sundae? Basically, I think of all the toppings that I would want on an ice cream sundae, or everything that I would put inside of a taco, and I count each successful time that I play through a section that I'm drilling as a new topping or ingredient, okay? I try to keep it fun, okay? So think about what do you want to do. If you can get 5, 6, 7 times through on an extracted section that you're drilling, then I promise you it'll feel so much better when you put it back as part of the song, okay? Excellent work, everybody. So that's Here's a Happy Song. I think we could probably play it once more through. What do you think? Yes, let's go ahead and do that. All right, let's switch to piano. Okay, let's find our spot. Wonderful. Is everybody there? Great. Okay, I'm going to count off. 1, 2. Ready? Play. Okay, so how was that? Was that a little bit better for you? Or was it worse? That's okay too, don't worry. The purpose of these lessons is to give you a really good example of what the goal that you're aiming for is, right? We're working really hard on these songs. They're not easy. If it was easy to learn how to play the piano, there would be a lot more people that could play piano. But it's not easy. But the fact that you're here watching and following along is a really, really good thing. It shows that you're committed, right? And you're going to do fantastically well. I'm very, very happy. Okay, those are going to be your songs. Now, lucky you guys, there is no theory this week. Woohoo, woohoo. So there's no theory assignment for this week, so don't worry about trying to find it in your book because it's not there. Okay, now, as a reminder, I am accepting tips, right? I accept tips in my virtual tip jar. If these lessons are proving to be really, really helpful for you and you want to help support me, I'm accepting tips to PayPal. Encore Music HTX is my at gmail.com is my email address. My Venmo is Izzy Chia, and my Cash App is IZZI3CH3A. Thanks for letting me say that. And I guess that's it. We're going to end with our music quote for today, okay? Oh, this is a good one. Okay. So our quote today comes from Aldous Huxley. He says, "After silence, that which comes nearest to expressing the inexpressible is music." That's pretty good. I like that quote. Yeah, it's like you just don't really, when you don't have words for stuff or you don't really know how to express yourself, sometimes a song is the best thing that you can use, right? Yeah. All right, sit with that one. I will see you later. Remember, Mondays I do Practice With Me, okay? Practice With Me is a guided practice session every week that I give to give you that extra support that you may need in learning your song. So if you're able to, join me live on Mondays at 11 a.m. Central Time. But if you can't, all of my videos are always available on YouTube, okay? Have a lovely day. I'll see you later. Bye.